Hi there, it's Sam from poodles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one, and it's a folding box that doesn't need any glue whatsoever. So I'm going to pull it open for you because you can't see how it closes otherwise. Lovely pretty ribbon on the front and beautiful powder pink with a little pop of berry burst there. And it opens like this. How lovely is that? And actually, this side, when the ribbons aren't there, you can see it fully opens out. Just gorgeous, and I love it, and I think it's really pretty. And it's a great size box, pulls up like that, closes like that. So I'm going to show you how to make it. You need, whoops, oh, I'm dropping stuff. You need a piece of cardstock that measures 11 by 8 inches or 28 by 20 centimetres. So I'm going to trim it down for you. So 11 by 8 inches, which, as I said, 20 by 28 centimetres. The DSP you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels that all measure 2 3/4 by 1 1/4 inches. So I've got my sheet of designer series paper and I'm cutting down the 2 3/4 width and then 1 1/4, which happens to be on my trimmer here, which in metric is 3.5 by 7.5 centimetres. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. And I've still got a good sized panel left, so I've got all my 6 pieces there. Right, so let's move those out of the way and grab my Simply Scored. So, I need a stylus. There we go. So on the long side, score it at 1 inch, 2.5, 4, 7, 8.5, and I've written 11, but I don't think I mean 11, I think I mean 10. Don't worry about writing anything down because it's all going to be on my blog. I'm going to change those notes while I'm here now. 10. Okay. And in metric, that's 2, 6, 10, 18, 22, 26. On the shorts, I can't speak, on the short side, score it at 1, 2.5, 5.5, and 7, which in metric is 2, 6, 14, and 18. At least I got the metric measurements right. Okay, so there's a little bit of scoring we're going to put in, so let me open this out again, and a little bit of trimming, so you can see where it is it's going to go. So we need to get rid of those parts there. I'm going to do this before I burnish it. So that's the 3 sections in the outer part, and the same all the way around. Do you know, I haven't used Fresh Fig in ages, and when I made the original I grabbed a Powder Pink. No, I didn't get that at all, although I quite like the name, Powder Pink. And just because I kind of instinctively used the Powder Pink and Berry Burst from this year's In Colours, and then I thought, no, you're seeing this in December, let's get something less spring-like. And let's go for something else. Okay, so that's all the cutting you need. You don't, as you can see, there's nothing else needs cutting, but we do need to put some score lines in. So if you look to these panels here, and you will see a square, you'll see that the largest square is there. You need the little ones that are either side of it, around there. So grab a steel rule. I've still managed to get, I've still got 2 in my office. I don't know where the second one's come from. But I've still got 2 in here. Perhaps I ought to return the other one to Chris. So there we go. So that's my score lines in there. And hopefully you can see that all okay. Right, so let's get burnishing. So fold all your lines. Do all the straight lines first and then come to the diagonal lines in a second. I knew I'd hurt my thumb. As I grabbed one ruler, I smacked my hand against the other. I've just skinned it. Thankfully, no blood. Okay. But that's, oh, that is smarting on my thumb a little bit there. Okay, so that's all done. I'm going to bring these panels in, these diagonal lines. So that's the angle because I want them to come in. Okay, you can't see it, so you're just going to have to trust me. You can't see me burnishing them, I should say. I do like a no glue box. I like a box that requires minimal cutting as well. Okay, so you can see how this is all beginning to come together. We do have some extra burnishing to do. So fold it all over so it's flat and you know you can make it and store it. This part needs to come up and we've now got 2 layers of cardstock. So re-burnish it and that one there. Okay, this section is going to go the other direction, so you need to get that re-burnished as well. And like I say, you've got 2 layers of cardstock, so that's why you're doing that. And that is all going to come together nicely. So that's where you put all your goodies and treats in there. Bring that over, bring that up, and close it together. Now you need to put your holes into here. So grab a hole punch that is a bit meaty and weighty and is going to go through a few layers of cardstock. This one is also quite long handled. It's a crocodile. We don't sell it anymore, we used to, but it's memory keepers. And you've got these inch marks or these measures, so you can actually move them and you can set your measurement and tighten it up. In my case, I'm going for the longest, but that's a really good one. And the place where you're going through is right through this seam here. So push it in as far as it'll go, and that's going to go through all the layers of cardstock with no problem. And because this, I'm pushing it in the furthest, it will go, sorry, let me start that sentence again. Because I'm pushing it in the furthest part that I can go, it means that my ribbons are all going to be lined up exactly the same. And they will marry up. Okay? Brilliant. Let's get some DSP on. So the easiest way to do it is look for rectangulars. Oh, I can't speak. Rectangular parts rather than squares. So let me grab my snail. I'll get them all snailed up first. Oh. Try not to stick it to yourself. So the box will open and close, and I would always say put DSP on a box before you build it. It's easier. So basically you want these panels here that when you open it all out, you will see that you've got 6 panels that are the same size. That's a rectangle, but it's an arrow one, so that's not one. These are all squares. That's a rectangular panel, but not the same size. And that will give you the right places to put all your panels of DSP. And as you can see, you can still get all of the decoration on and you can still hold it flat for storage. There we go. So these parts need to fold over first. Okay, so you're getting your bends in the right direction. This will pop up more than happily as you pull it together. See? And then you tie it like that. So I'm going to grab a couple of clips to hold it in place because I haven't got 8 hands today. Wish I did. Currently only have 2. And then I'm going to go with this one. Now, I love the thin ribbons and I like the fatter ribbons. There is no front or back. Doesn't matter which side you go. So I'm going to pull that through first there. And then clip it and tie it. But yeah, there's no front or back to it. There's just 2 sides. Because they're exactly the same. You can see how much I love this ribbon. Look at it, practically run out. There we go. So let me pull it all together and clip it. And do my very best to get it on. And those clips are really going to help hold it in place, trust me. I did find that if I put the holes higher up the box, then it didn't hold closed quite so neatly. It gaped, but having the holes at the bottom made all the difference. That is a really dodgy bow. Okay. So if I found that when I put the holes up there, it gaped open. I don't know if I can give you an example on this one that I've just cut. This one here. If you put the holes higher up, it gapes like that. Which is okay if that's the look you're going for. I wasn't. I wanted that tighter close. Right, final bit. A little bit of stamping. I have got Blooms and Wishes. Love this stamp set. And I'm going to go with the best wishes. So I need a scrap of Whisper White. Have I got a scrap handy? Ish. That's a scrap. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the best wishes. I know that my box is 3 inches wide, so 7.5 centimetres. So I need this to be smaller. So I'm going to go with 2.25 inches on my piece of Whisper White by 1. So in metric, that's going to be about 5.5 by 2.5 centimetres for my little panel. Then I want another panel round that. So I'm bringing back in powder pink, which I used on my first one. I like the opposing colours. So I want to make that 1.25 inches by 2.5. So that little bit bigger all round. So if you're going in metric, this would be 5.5 by 2.5, so this one would be 6 by 3. And that would just fit nicely over there. So there's Blooms and Wishes. Here's powder pink. Let me grab a block. Oh, that's the wrong size block. That one will do. Bit big, but I want to be able to see all the way through because this is a small piece of cardstock. And I need to be able to see all the way through that I'm lined up. Actually, that's quite pale. Fresh fig it's going to have to be. Fresh fig with that. That's too pale to see. That's better. You can see it now. And that will just slip on there nicely. Box made. And this one as well. I wonder if I can get this tied up together. So I like it. I love the paper. We don't have very many 12 by 12 colour stacks anymore. We don't have any of the core colour, but we do have the in colours in 12 by 12 pattern paper. I'm never getting that bow tied again, am I? It might might have to be a pretty knot. Oh God, fingers crossed everybody, I'm going to get this tiny, tiny little bow tied. But I like the colours, so it does come in all of them. And you can get some really pretty effects from it. Oh look, I've lost a tail. But it's kind of there, that bow. Oh, I'm impressed myself. Anyway, what do you think? Do you like it? I like the opposing colours. Just gives it a little bit of fun and zhuzh. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me, and I hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.